How's it going, guys? Happy Thursday. Thursday today, but yesterday was day 3 of our special needs families week in Efteling. So yesterday was mixed, good and bad for us. Matthew wasn't being the greatest first thing in the morning. You know, we went to go and get something to eat, and he was not happy sitting there while we was having something to eat, and he was trying to like hurry us up, you know, trying to actually grab the food that we was trying to eat, which wasn't very good. And then we went into a water ride, and he got really frustrated at that point. You know, we considered actually stepping out the ride and not going on it. Now, we always look for triggers, don't we? As I've said, a lot of special needs families do, because there's always a situation you got to look out for. Now, for us, if we put everything together, it made sense. So it was really, really sunny, like really sunny, and Matthew was obviously didn't like that. And then he had net. You know, we had net for a couple of days properly. We were trying to get him to eat, which was a bit concerning, but he didn't really eat. And then the queue he was in, there was nothing going on visually around him. It was literally just a queue, a rope queue, just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And he didn't like that. Now, the other rides that you go on here, there's always something going on. There's always some music. There's always, you know, something to look at. It's really good. This one was literally just outside in a rope queue. So he was sitting down quite a lot. He's biting his fingers, you know, and he's getting calluses on his fingers and stuff anyway. But he's making them worse because when he bites, when he gets frustrated. So that wasn't the greatest. There is disability access like lines in a way, so we say, or entrances in this park. But although they're appreciative and great that they've got them, for people like Matthew, it wouldn't be worth going in that queue, because you're literally going to the exit and you sit there, so you're not seeing anything, and you could be sitting there for quite a while. It's not a fast track queue, it's a facilities access card you need to have on your app, and just proves that to the park that, you know, you need to be there because you can't be in the queue for whatever reason, but you could be waiting there for longer than you would in the queue, you know. So sometimes it's not really worth it. And you know, all the other rides for Matthew, he loves them because he gets to see all the things going on around him. And on that point, I just want to make so there was a family that was there in front of us on one of the rides, and they see Matthew sitting on the floor, and they noticed around us they got like these like little wooden like, they're like quite high off the floor, like these little wooden platforms in a way, and they deliberately timed it on the queue, holding back and letting a gap in front of them, just so every time we move forward, Matthew was able to sit on one of these instead of sitting on the floor. And that was really nice, you know. That just shows how nice, kind people are here. So thank you very much to that couple. But yeah, so we moved on to the afternoon, and we was a bit concerned, you know, about having something to eat, because just in case, you know, we didn't. Same with Matthew, he started like trying to rush us with our food or whatever again. But my wife wants a pizza, and she was a bit, you know, should I get it? Because, you know, what's the point in getting it? You know, he's going to make me hurry up. I said, look, just get your pizza. So she did. She got a pizza, and you know, Matthew hadn't been eating, and he's never had pizza before. So I was like, how's this going to work out? And he asked his mum. He said, I have to try. So she said, you want some pizza? And he's like, yes. You know, so she'd let him try some of it, only a little bit at first, and you know what? He ate more than half that pizza. Now, we did check for his HCU, for his levels and stuff like that. My wife's even emailed the dietitian. She explained to her about what it was, and the dietitian's like, look, if he's not eating, he's not getting his exchanges in, you need to get them exchanges in. So if he's eating a pizza and he goes slightly over for like a couple of days, so what? So it was like brilliant, you know, as long as he's not like, you know, having like 4 or 5 pizzas a day, you know, he's only having like that one. So yeah, he had that, and he was like literally night and day. He was like the loveliest little child the rest of the afternoon. You know, we went on all these other rides. We was able to sit down and have something to eat, and you know, have like drink and stuff like that. And you know, he still wants to go on rides. He's still a little bit, you know, go to, because he wants to go on rides. But he's a child in the theme park. Of course, he wants to go on a ride. But you know, so yesterday, day 3 was a bit, say, rough start. But then as I moved into the afternoon and the evening, it was brilliant. You know, we still had that little break in between. We still went back to the room like from 5 till 7 for 2 hours, and then I went for a little walk around where we're staying here, where the log cabins are. I actually made a point of view video of that if anyone wants to watch it. I'm just walking around. There's like a little petting zoo and stuff here. You know, you can go and see. It's quite good. It's a nice place. So yeah, that was day 3 of our special needs families week away in Efteling in the Netherlands. Thanks for watching, everyone, and look out for day 4.